Ali Abdelaziz came out and he said that the Saudis will pay $100 million for Conor versus Khabib rematch. And I have to tell you, Ali has these kind of connections. If Ali tells you he can get $100 million, it's true. No matter how wild it sounds, he can. But I have heard this term so many times, the Saudis, and then fill in the blank. The Saudis will pay, fill in the blank. What do we mean there? There's a group of people. Are we talking about the government? Like, who pays $100 million? And by the way, who do you pay it to? If there was $100 million bid, which is not how this sport's ever been done, but I'm sure the industry would be more than happy to start giving into bids, who do you pay it to? Do you pay it to Dana? Do you pay it to Conor? Do you pay it to Khabib? Does everybody get a share in that? Like, what happens there? And I don't know the answer to this question, but this isn't as far out of an idea as some of the practices that have been going on there. By example, Vince McMahon, WWE, publicly traded company. The Saudis started paying enormous amounts. I want to say it was $20 million a show for Vince to bring a show to Saudi Arabia. And he did like a 3-show deal. And there were some of these moving parts, but then they had specific people they wanted. They wanted Bill Goldberg, by example. They wanted Triple H to be there. I seem to remember like The Undertaker had to get on a plane and go out and be part of this event. Okay, awesome. By the way, guys, you picked some really good superstars there. But why did they have to do it in Saudi Arabia? Why could The Undertaker not go have a match with Brock Lesnar, do it in Las Vegas, stream it out there through satellite? By example, why couldn't they just watch it on TV? That's what I'm saying. I don't know the answer to this. I do not know. There is something about it where they want it on their soil. That's a big deal. And for Conor, drunken Irishman, versus Khabib, the world's most famous Muslim athlete, to compete on their soil, I can't relate to that. Are you following me with my point there? I can't totally relate as to why the location of where they set up the octagon and do this match. I can't totally relate. And a promoter's going to have a side of that too, right? We understand where geography is important. We understand the right arenas because we're doing a gate business. But that's not what we're talking about in Saudi Arabia. It's not as though somebody's going to put up $100 million because they're going to sell tickets for $10,000 a piece and they're going to sell up an arena and they're going to get all their money back. No, it's none of those things. It's a hobby in many ways, but there's also a pride. There's something about it that I don't understand. I'm hoping you guys can explain it to me, but we are seeing it through even a different example of the WWE, where it's very important to them that not only this happens here. Got to be here. That some of the biggest horse races in the world take place in Saudi Arabia. And they're wild. I mean, some of them are like 40 miles through the desert. People die the jockeys don't even make it. But that has to be there. They can't simulcast that. They couldn't do that out of Antioch Downs, by example, and then tell you what the result would has to take place there. So there's something geographically important to it being on their soil. Tell me what it is.